Hello, welcome. I am Helene, and I'm here to react to Bad Television, Tyler Perry's Sistas. Let's get into it. So last week they stopped with Sabrina in Marie's apartment, discovering that Calvin is hunching on some random woman, and she is taken aback by this revelation for some odd reason, although they had a conversation in the bed about being open but just kicking it. We shall return to them in this scene. So they're standing stark naked in the middle of the living room, and Sabrina is suggesting that she leaves, and the girl he is hunching on knows her name. They sure like to go into refrigerators naked, and Sabrina is saddened by the fact that he out here. Calvin is holding a bottle of something in front of his genitals, and he is hiding all of it with this one little bottle. Bless his heart. Sabrina decides to bounce. I noticed when they call people names and try to stay, they don't try hard to catch them. So Calvin is upset with Maurice because he brought her home in the middle of the day to his house, I guess. So Maurice was thinking what I was thinking. He go, I think it's a sensible size. I don't care what nobody say. Beloved, I guess. Referring to his genitals. Anyway, so they all at Sabrina crib waiting on Sabrina to get there, I guess. Ain't nobody how you show up to my house without me there? And they just unlocking the door and letting it I don't have them type of friends. I would like to know those who do though. So Karen said what I said last week. This nigga should feel bad. Now they all looking at her like she wrong for saying that and throwing her past back up in her face like they always do. But bless their hearts. Robbing a liquor store got the same charges as robbing a bank. Hell, you preach. My mama say taking from work ain't stealing. It's called allocating. But anyway, they jonesing on Danny for taking a liquor from her job, and I don't see a problem. But of course, it got to be a point of conversation to move the plot line along, I guess. On Chief, why the fuck is y'all judging a liquor that y'all didn't pay for, but y'all gonna? Yeah, it's free liquor. Why would you speak that into your friend's life? Sabrina makes it home upset about Calvin, I guess. Bless her heart. See, I had this theory about how Tyler Perry directs, and I swear for living God, I think Tyler Perry go, listen, guys, huddle in, huddle in. I want you to imagine you are on the stage in the middle of the Staples Center and act to the back row of the nosebleed seats. Ham action. My homegirl go, nah, I really believe Tyler Perry be going, you know what? Cut. That was good, guys. And that's not what we're shooting for. Because the way the acting goes, it is, bless her heart, this actress, I want to see her in something other than Tyler Perry because this isn't the way. This isn't the way. So they go on this long, drawn dialogue about how they love each other and they there for each other. Whatever. Get to the point. Y'all done said this 50 times. So Calvin comes up. She initially said she don't want to talk about it, but of course, it's a long, drawn way of telling this fucked up story. Don't nobody give a shit. So finally, they changed the subject to the bank. Danny said, "Damn, Maurice, Sabrina go, it ain't on him." Hell, you preach. All y'all asses need to be fired. He had your life at risk for some dick. Bless your heart. Y'all make dick seem like it's a class A drug in this shit. It's good, but it ain't rock bottom type good. Sabrina changed subject by telling that Karen got proposed to by Aaron. So Sabrina telling all Karen business. She told that Zach gave her some money. Why the homies even bringing this discussion up? None of these discussions, I'd have been like, gee, okay. It's not even written eloquent enough to be interesting. It's just written as if they ran out of what to say, so they keep repeating what they say. So we back to this old shit. Is Zach and Fatima together? Yes, of course. What does it matter, girl? Move the fuck on. So Andy won't tell Karen the truth of what's going on down to the law phone. But whatever. So Calvin was right on her heels apparently, and he arrived down to the house after 10 minutes of conversation, I guess. Karen opened it. I mean, not Karen, but Thought Pocket Andy opens the door, and they all on some trying to grill this nigga for what? I don't know. I would be bored with the nigga personally. So, do each one of the homies gotta have one of these scenes where they just all jump on the other homies, nigga? And when do Preston get his scene? So Calvin told Danny, "Fuck you." Now, nigga, you got some nerve. Even though Danny got her nerve, and but this shit, this scene just in general doesn't make sense. I thought he came down to apologize. How you come down self righteous and shit? Nigga, I would double think and go back to Jabari. This nigga got knocked the fuck out at the bank and swang around like he pirouette and fell. And you think this the nigga for you? Bless your heart. Nigga gonna have the nerve to have an attitude. Bless your heart, beloved. Now they saying they turned down by this nigga for what? Hell no. Andy said he a thought through and through. She said she'll go dinner with Calvin if Sabrina don't. So then he got a call from Rodeo and she going to see Preston. So Karen, they all about to disperse to call the niggas that in their life, and Karen chooses to say she gonna call Zach all out loud and shit. This is dumb as shit. Sabrina brings up Gary's wife, and I thought Andy and Gary was broken up in the last scene. I don't get this. She says you should actually be worried about Panty Man and not Gary. Yes, all that is true, but you was just about to hop down on Panty Man because he, what, got aggressive in the moment? This is the dumbest shit. So that scene felt wholly improv. Danny back at her tip and Preston sitting on the couch. Preston don't look too pleased. Here's the thing about Tyler Perry. He know how to drag a thing out without getting to the point. When shit, the point could be reached and we could get into some real action of the matter. But no, he stays on the preliminary area of conversation. So then he makes the real substantive part of the conversation the climax, when that should just be the story. So Preston is just responding dryly and whatnot. Then why did you call this hoe to come over? So his reply is, she asked what I just asked. What the fuck you call if you ain't know what to say? So his retort is, he came to smash. So there they go. That's a no for me. That ain't how you act. That ain't what light up the candle around this motherfucker. I understand that's all we got in common. But you got a foreplay to get down to it. Bless his heart. Preston cannot be all European. He's strip teasing for this woman, and she ain't for it. So apparently Tyler Perry has Preston having to be the bad guy, as they all try to prove something that, oh, I don't, whatever. She ain't for it, and he keep going trying to prove a point that they don't connect. One thing I will say about that, when he tried to boss up on her and was like, sit down. He's like, I'm missing something to tone. And he goes, okay, please. That's the first time one of these women in the show was like, you gonna give me a little respect, and I don't think it's kind of cute for you to talk to me any kind of way. So Andy down to her apartment with Gary in it, scary Gary. I might slow fast forward. So they silent treatment to each other. For I guess that's to eat up some time in the script. Why is this nigga in your house? Put his ass out. So he didn't bar himself a house. He didn't put himself out. Bless his heart. You should have been did that. The only thing is a nerve of a nigga to do this all while sitting under your roof and acting like he's self-righteous. Do that shit on the other side of the door. Bless your heart. So Andy is trying to make it seem like this therapist is a bad therapist. I gotta fast forward this shit because this scene don't make sense. None of it makes sense. I don't understand why the therapist is. Why is you with this nigga? Why can't y'all Romeo and Juliet yourselves so it could be that? Just leave it alone. I guess she put him out, hopefully, but I'll fast forward it. I can't do it. So I was recording Gary scene with Andy, and I realized I didn't press record. But the long and short of it is, I fast forwarded. Gary and Andy arguing about this therapist. She say this therapist want him. What does it matter though? Like, put his ass out and move on. I don't get their relationship, and I don't want to expand much on it. So we down. So we down to Fatima's, I'm assuming, and Zack's walking in with look like a dozen of white roses, and he looking the part. But just like Gary and Andy, I hate it for him. Like, ew. Fatima on her Kiki Wyatt Jodeci. I'll be standing in the doorway. She's standing in the doorway with her lingerie, like Jodeci. Anybody know that song? That's one of my favorite songs. Anyway, my favorite Kiki Wyatt song. But anyway, she's standing in the doorway greeting him. All lingerie down. So of course they gonna give us a sex scene, apparently. So he bought the house, and they accepted the offer. So he asked her to move in with her. Girl, I mean, you can move in, but keep your spot on the side, or Airbnb your spot while you living with him. So if shit go left, as I assume Zack, who has not proven himself to be otherwise than an ain't shit nigga, and when that happened, he returns to true to form. You can go back to your own tip. Bless your heart. So apparently he trying to convince her by saying how his whole life at least he recognized. So he said his whole life people been taking care of him. So he want to take care of somebody, and he want to take care of her. Bless his heart. Let's see how that go. You got note though. You are his experiment into the foray of being a caregiver. So Karen down to her house, apparently calling Zack. Bless her heart. She leaves a message with this Negro to ask him to come back or come by. And apparently, Aaron is inevitably going to be at the door. Yup. So he brought the takeout, and he want to watch a movie. Karen seems very disinterested in this man. So we back down to Maurice tip with Calvin cooking an extraordinary meal, apparently. So they going back and forth for forever in the dialogue to debate whether Sabrina coming to dinner or not. So somebody knocked at the door, and it wasn't Sabrina. It was the homie from the club who worked down at the bar. So homie down to the gay club that worked behind the bar came by to see if Maurice was okay, because it was all down to the bar that he got robbed by the number one hustler that everybody knew about and got for some dick G. Like, if this was a woman, y'all just call her desperate and tired and thirsty. So we returned with down to Danny's apartment, down with Preston, and they sitting on the floor. Let's resume to see what the fuck they are talking about. Repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly. God, gee, the way he write, it's like you can get to the point. But I heard Tyler say once that he knows one page is 1 minute. So I think he writes for the page and the time and not for the actual dialogue in this that would move a plot forward. I wonder, do you even know what the point is of his show before he starts with the pen? So apparently they got much more in common than they think, because they sat there and talked. So Preston keeps saying, so now you want to fuck. And she like, why is you saying that? Where did that come from? Did this nigga just go and listen to rap songs and just come back with a AAVE type attempt to converse with this woman? I'd be grossed. No, I keep my white people white. I like my white people white people. You do not have to speak. I know your language. Keep it there. That was kind of cute. I would say that when he went, I'm gonna go as far as I need to go to make you love me. And she go, you ain't gotta go that far. Bless her heart. Now we down with Karen and Aaron down to Karen's apartment watching a movie. So apparently Aaron chose a movie that the woman is in love with two men, and Karen feel like a hit dog. Though I would think she was paranoid, knowing Tyler Perry Penn, you can never know. He might have had this plot all along. Or maybe Karen just trying to pick with him, trying to get him out the house, so just in case Zack come by. These scenes looking awkward and awkwarder. But bless its heart. So Karen's like, I ain't here to make love, I'm here to fuck. And so he's like, what? Let's get it up. So she says Zack's name. Bless his heart. I can't. I mean, so this show is an interesting. I always say after I watch this show grow up, I can do whatever I want to do. There ain't a thing on this planet that I can't achieve when I see that was made for TV and it got onto television. So to the ethos, tell the future, I said so.